If you missed Ethereum, there are other plays. There are also crypto plays, and you can buy them as ETFs, which is, in my opinion, a safer way to invest in crypto. You can do it with your normal brokerage. You don't need a cold storage, wallet, keys, anything super unsafe. So let's jump into what those plays are. I'll tell you them right away. It's the Solana ETF, SOLT, and then also the XRP ETF, XXRP. Also have a third play that is a Bitcoin miner, HUT, that I think could follow in the footsteps of WLF Wolf, a Bitcoin miner. So that's a mouthful, but SOLT, XXRP, and HUT is the Bitcoin related play. If you missed Ethereum, these are good places to do your own research before you put your money in. I will say they're good stock picks in my opinion, but they are crypto plays. So let's jump in and let's look at XXRP first. This is the 2x long XRP ETF, right? It's very recent launch back in April. And aside from this huge jump, this was the Bitcoin move. Remember on July 8th, Bitcoin went parabolic, broke out above 120,000. But this is a 2x ETF, so if XRP moves 1%, this moves 2%. XRP stays flat. This doesn't really do anything, but you do have to be a little bit careful with this, given that this went from 30 to 70, right, in just over a week. Meanwhile, IBIT, which is the Bitcoin ETF, went from 62 to 70, which is only about 15%. So, like all crypto investing, it relies a lot on leverage. And if you're looking to marry crypto and stock trading, this is the way to do it. XXRP is selling off a bit with Ethereum today. You can look at ETH, but the difference with Ethereum is Ethereum has been up almost 90%. This ETF just in the past week, whereas this ETF for XRP has been going sideways, digesting, which is why I think XRP could make a move up. This isn't investing and holding. This isn't joining the XRP army or anything cult like that. This is a safe, quote unquote, for crypto way to invest in a stock, an ETF. That's enough about XRP. SOLT, Solana ETF. This is also double leveraged. Did have this double top here. This is also pulling back on Ethereum. And this is the Bitcoin run. So these are all very similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum's price action. The difference is that Bitcoin and Ethereum move first. Those are the leaders. Everyone knows Bitcoin. When people hear crypto's on a run, what do? They buy Bitcoin. When they try to catch up, when Bitcoin's already gone up, what do? They buy Ethereum. When Ethereum's already gone up, what do? Well, that's why I'm showing you XRP and Solana. Solana is a little bit tied up with the whole crypto crash in 2021, but it's been a while. And if we look at this chart of this ETF, we can see these came out just in March, and they've gone sideways, but they've had some runs indicating that this isn't just like trading an IPO where you're taking a ton of risk, and IPOs have been dumping down. If we look at the Figma IPO, for example, yes, it went up 3x. It was oversubscribed, and then it sold all the way off to below its original level. So if you don't want to take risks like that, but you still want some at-bats, SOLT and XXRP are pretty strong ways to do it. As far as fundamentally, if you are a Solana maxi, the net asset value is what it is. It's this price right here. But as far as Solana itself, the transaction count jumped up almost 50% this month. The network fees rose 40%. So as long as more people keep transacting on the chain and the fees continue to be palatable, gas fees can be extremely limiting in terms of transacting crypto at all. And you know that if you've looked into Ethereum at all. But that usage of the Solana chain is turning into revenue. So big banks are integrating Solana too. R3 struck a deal to allow HSBC, Bank of America, and others to tokenize their assets using Solana's blockchain. You heard that correctly. Bank of America and HSBC are tokenizing their assets using the Solana blockchain. This isn't hearsay. This is what happens under a Trump presidency with a crypto head, crypto cabinet member that is tied in with Peter Thiel, is tied in with Silicon Valley. This is the Silicon Valley presidency, and we're seeing it in these acts like the Genius Act and these partnerships with big banks. It's absolutely incredible time for crypto. So institutional adoption is expanding beyond just crypto into real world assets. That's the message. Analysts do see Solana going up higher. $600 is the price target. If we believe price targets on equities at all, believing them on crypto is almost more far-fetched, but volume is up almost 100% to about $6 billion of volume in Solana. So it's insane. The volume on the Solana ETF here alone is insane. This is in a single day, 10 million at $20 a share. That's $200 million. So we compare that to a stock like maybe not Nvidia or Meta, but and maybe a stock like Affirm, a fintech stock. It's pretty similar, 200 million. This is actually, if we do 5 million at $100, right, would be 500 million, and it's a little less than $100. So these are all safe, growth-oriented, early stage, mid-stage vehicles to put your money. And if you don't want to buy a firm, if you don't want to buy fintech stocks, and you want a piece of this crypto action that we've been seeing in Ethereum treasuries like BMNR, or the leveraged Ethereum vehicles themselves like ETHU that went from 60 to 180 in just over a month, well, SOLT could be a place to do that. So, last play that is slightly less speculative, if you can believe it, is this Bitcoin miner. Bitcoin is basically the backbone of crypto, and the miners move up when Bitcoin moves up. In this case, this miner actually moved up before Bitcoin went up, and it moved up so much from 14 to 25, 60% that it went sideways and digested for a full month. And after these earnings, we're now seeing a reaction to the upside, which is unusual for this earnings season. So this is Hut mining, Hut 8 mining. The revenue was $40 million, $200 million EBITDA, and $130 million net income. 200 million in digital asset gains, and they have to make those gains over 10,000 Bitcoin. So they have over $1 billion of Bitcoin. Their energy footprint is 1,000 megawatts, and they have 10,000 megawatts they're trying to bring online, with 90% of those under long-term contracts. So they're building out crypto infrastructure, AI data centers, and they have a $130 million credit line. So if you were sleeping on Bitcoin, now might be the time to wake up. A safe way to buy HUT is over this level here, 22s. If it can hold there, maybe it comes down on this high volume day here. This close is actually at 21. You can see it rejected there several times. HUT could be a good vehicle for Bitcoin for the next few months as we move into the busiest season of stock investing. So these are the three plays. XXRP, which is the 2x XRP Tether ETF. SOLT, that's Solana's ETF. They have a lot of on-chain growth, tokenization, the partnership with Bank of America. If you're bullish on Solana as a crypto, then SOLT is a way to play that using your own brokerage account that you buy NVIDIA, Meta, your other stocks with. HUT is the Bitcoin miner HUT that hasn't moved as much as WULF, Wolf, which is a Bitcoin miner that also just had earnings that moved very strongly in the positive direction. So if Bitcoin holds here around the 115,000 level, give or take, and these companies that mine Bitcoin continue to be looked at well, they not only hold Bitcoin, they're also building out infrastructure for the Bitcoin network that can be used for AI as well. So these are just at the intersection of AI and crypto, two of the biggest themes in the entire market. So when you have an army of GPUs, when you have 10,000 Bitcoin, when you just had solid earnings, you're in a good place. So that's the reasoning for buying HUT right now. If you want this channel to grow, if you like this analysis, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It shows other people that this information is good who haven't looked at these videos yet. If you've already looked at these videos, you like the information, you want to talk about your portfolio in a personalized way, you can jump on a free call. It's completely free. It's 15 minutes. I will offer to sell you something at the end. And keep at it, you know. Stocks are up 40% since April. There's a lot of opportunity here. But always do your own research, and you guys are awesome.